Clic, mao, ça tue, ça blesse, ça flingue. Aïe, 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 mao, gazo, clic.
Hey Collective, thank you so much for joining me today in the ethers. We're going to jump right in on your tarot reading. What is the message for my collective? If this resonates with you, please take it for yourself. And if it don't, share it with someone else. I'm going to pull the cards and see what's the message in the ethers. Your love reading, February 2026. First card out is the Page of Wands. We have the Six of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, the Page of Cups. For some of you, this person could be younger than you. Let's see what's going on here. They don't necessarily have to be. They could just be immature. That's what I'm picking up on so far. You have the Ace of Wands out here. The Seven of Wands. Give me a clear message for the collective. The Seven of Pentacles. The Eight of Swords. Give me a clear message for my collective. What's the message? What's the message for my collective? You have the Four of Swords in reverse. The Two of Wands in reverse. The Ace of Cups upright. With the Nine of Swords. All right, let's see what's going on here for my collective. The Devil card is out here. What's the message here? You have the Five of Cups. The King of Pentacles. And the Ace of Swords. At the bottom of the deck is the Judgment card. All right, let's jump into this reading. Page of Wands. Right, so the Page of Wands is the first card out. And the Page of Wands, to me, that's the spark that won't die, right? It's excitement. It's an extrovert. It's energetic. It's fearless. It's creative ideas, right? I feel like with the Page of Wands out here, there is a curiosity here that refuses to fade. I feel like you have someone that still feels drawn to you, right? They're intrigued by you, right? They're inspired by you. I feel like the Page of Wands is, it's giving, I want to reach out, I just don't know how kind of energy here. I do feel like this person is immature in the way they express themselves, right? But there is a genuine entrance, Lord knows, interest here, right? I feel like this person still feels the spark between you and them. You have the Six of Pentacles, so this is telling me that the connection, it was uneven, right? It was imbalanced here because the Six of Pentacles is reciprocity, okay? And with it showing up here, I feel like the connection has been uneven, right? Maybe you gave more to the situation, you put in more effort, you showed up more, you carried the emotional weight of the relationship, right? And now you've stopped overgiving at this point, right? And I feel like they feel the lack here. They feel the pushback, so to speak, or the lack of effort, so to speak, right? I feel like they're becoming aware that reciprocity matters, but only after it's been withdrawn. So because you're holding back is now causing them to focus and recognize how inconsistent they've been, how pretty much selfish, they've been here in the situation with you. You have the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords is reversed. So when the Queen of Swords shows up in reverse, you know, I don't like the Queen of Swords in reverse. I'm just going to throw it out there, okay? You could be a Libra. The person could be Libra, Aquarius. I forget the other one. What is it? Pisces? No, not. Yeah, Pisces, right? No, not Pisces. What is it? I'm going to remember. I'm trying to blink. Anyway, you have the Queen of Swords in reverse, and it's when this person shows up in reverse, it's definitely miscommunication all across the board here. It's a level of bitterness. This person is showing up. Normally, the Queen of Swords in the upright is a very honest and fair person. Showing up in reverse, they're this cutthroat sort of energy. They're a liar. They're not playing fair. They're not thinking objectively. They're not, they're not being intuitively guided, right? And they're very needy. They lack independence, right? So I feel like in this regards here, the miscommunication and the bitterness, something in your situation went unsaid. It just went unspoken, right? Something or wait, slow down. Or something came out wrong, right? But nevertheless, something was misunderstood here. I feel like this person feels like you've gone quiet also. You're very guarded too, because the Queen of Swords in the reverse is definitely someone who's very emotionally distant. And this, the Queen of Swords, I'm saying Queen of Swords because obviously the card is the Queen of Swords, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that sort of energy, okay? You can be a male in your Queen of Swords energy right now, right? Just emotionally distant, emotionally guarded, quiet, right? I feel like they may even feel you're being cold to some degree here, right? When in reality, you're just done explaining yourself, okay? And the Queen of Swords in reverse is very matter of fact. They play a lot of games, it's a lot of lies, but it's very point blank. I'm done, right? I feel like I don't want to go to this person's house. Put it like that. Like I don't want this couple around me, because I feel like the silence can feel sharp, right? Right? To someone who relied on pretty much your emotional labor, this silence is it's everything. It's saying volumes. So you have the Page of Cups here. The Page of Cups is an apology. Okay. Again, it's another page. So we have a Queen in reverse. We'll show what pages around them. To me, it's not a good match. But anyway, someone is trying to form an apology some way, somehow, right? Here's the softness, I feel like, with the Page of Cups. They want to say sorry, right? They want to express emotion, but it feels awkward. It feels incomplete, right? It's undeveloped. So I feel like this is someone who feels deeply, but struggles to articulate it in a mature way, right? They, still, the feeling is real. It's just that this person feels very uncomfortable with expressing it, right? You have the Ace of Wands, and this is passion, right? So this is passion being reignited. So I feel like the attraction is alive, right? This isn't dead energy. This isn't indifference. There's desire here. There's excitement, and there's a pull towards starting something again, or at least trying with the Ace of Wands out here. But passion alone won't fix what wasn't stable, okay? I hope that makes sense. So the passion that you guys share alone, you built this on a faulty, unstable foundation. So the passion is not going to be able to withstand. You're going to need more than the passion, in other words, okay? You have the Seven of Wands. I feel like you're protecting yourself at this moment, collective, which is a great thing. I feel like you're standing your ground now, right? You're not letting just anyone have access to you, right? To your energy, to your heart, right? You've built boundaries here. You're defending your I feel like a lot of you are protecting your peace by any means necessary at this point, right? I feel like this person feels that resistance, right? And it's forcing them to reflect, if that makes sense. So by you protecting yourself, setting boundaries, is forcing them to go inward, right? And do some shadow work. Okay. You have the Seven of Pentacles here. And the Seven of Pentacles in this aspect is waiting. It's wandering, right? The Seven of Pentacles is harvest, right? It's harvest and rewards. It's result and growth. It's progress and patience, right? It's planning and focus. Okay. It's waiting and it's wondering, okay? And I feel like they're looking back and asking, they have to ask, was it worth it? They're asking questions now. These are did they invest wrong? Did they wait too long to come back in? This is regret mixed with patience, right? They're watching, they're waiting, they're hoping that the door isn't fully closed. Then you have the Eight of Swords. Is mental imprisonment, okay? I feel like they feel trapped in their own thoughts, right? This person is constantly overthinking, self-doubting, right? Fear of rejection, right? This is someone who wants to act but doesn't trust themselves to get it right. So therefore, instead of them acting and just going with the flow and dealing with the process, they do nothing. Okay? Then you have the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords is in reverse. So the Four of Swords, when it's not in reverse, is taking a break. It's relaxation, it's peace, it's self-reflection, and it's resting. And it's, for me, it's spirit giving you a timeout, right? In the reverse, this is restless energy. So there's no peace, right? There's no rest. Okay, they can't let things go. They're overthinking. They can't stop thinking about you. I feel like their mind is loud because the truth is demanding attention. Spirit is demanding them to step up at this point. There won't be a you or them if they can't take accountability for a situation, right? So this is why they're having no peace and they can't rest and they can't let it go. This is why they feeling like they can't stop thinking about you. For some of you, you have people or this person assuming you've done something to them spiritually, possibly, right? Because they can't stop thinking about you. But the truth is, their mind is loud because the truth is now demanding their attention. That's all that is, right? I don't know. For some of you, you could have done a love spell. Who knows? I don't know. You could have done something. I personally don't really feel like you did. I feel like there's something that they have to acknowledge, okay? Then you have the Two of Wands that's reversed, and that's fear of the future, right? So the Two of Wands, it's planning. Up in the upright, it will be planning and waiting and making a decision and choosing a path. And in reverse, they don't know which direction to take, okay? Moving forward feels risky. Staying still feels painful. So therefore, they're not going to do anything. They're hesitating. And indecision is their comfort zone. If you haven't noticed, if you really pay attention to this person and your situation, you would realize that the indecision is their comfort zone. And even when it costs them, they will still remain indecisive because it's costing them now that they can't make a decision with you or how they want to move forward, how they want to take accountability. Okay? And I know for some of you, you might not, feel that that's a problem, but for others of you, that's very much a problem. You don't want an indecisive person. Maybe you don't want to make all the decisions for the one person, right? So you have the Ace of Cups out here, and this is emotional renewal, right? This is love energy for sure. So this is pure emotional, it's healing, right? Either either a new emotional beginning is opening up for you with this Ace of Cups showing up, or they want to restart emotionally from a cleaner place, if that makes sense, right? But this ace asks for vulnerability, no matter what. The Ace of Cups is asking for vulnerability, either from you or your person, okay? And if it's asking for it from your person, that's what scares them the most, being vulnerable or being vulnerable with you, right? You have the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords is guilt, it's anxiety, sleepless nights, it's depression, it's a breaking point. It's definitely negative energy, right? This person is stressed out, right? They're having sleepless nights, right? They're regretting the situation between you and them, right? The woulda, shoulda, couldas, right? I feel like they're in the Nine of Swords energy because they fear that they lost you for good here. I feel like they replay what they did wrong and what they should have done differently in their head is going over and over in their head. It's your absence weighs heavy in their life, right? And this is what's creating the sleepless nights. This is what's creating the depression and the anxiety, okay? Then the next card out is the Devil card. You know, that's the attachment and toxic bond energy. This is the obsession and addiction, right? It's something being done in excess. It's codependency. And I feel like this connection here is intense with you and this person, right? There's attachment here, and it's possibly unhealthy. It's a fear of losing control. It's a fear of abandonment. It's a fear of being alone. I feel like this isn't just love. It's dependency, right? Trying to masquerade as devotion. Okay, if that makes sense for any of you there. You have the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups is loss, it's grief, it's disappointment, it is blind to love. The Five of Cups is deep regret. I feel like your person is focused on what they lost. They see the spilled cups here, right? You know, it's someone crying over spilled milk, the Five of Cups, right? Where 3 cups behind them are knocked down and there's 2 cups ahead of them, but they can't see the 2 cups that's still standing because they're just crying over what they lost, right? I feel like they see the spilled cups, they feel the disappointment, but they haven't fully turned around to see what still remains, which are the 2 standing cups, right? Or what could still grow if they change, right? They're not looking at it from that aspect of it, okay? Then you have the King of Pentacles out here. The version they want to be to you is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is someone who is abundant, who is prosperous, right? Who have security and stability, someone who's protective, a provider, a reliable, 9 times out of 10, for some of you, this could be your child's father. This could be maybe your husband, or this is the energy that they're giving off, right? And I'm using, obviously, the male because this is what is coming up as, but you can be a female, definitely, in this sort of energy, being the one who creates the stability and the security, one who is being the protector and the provider, right? One who's being reliable. So the King of Pentacles, this is what they want to be, right? They want to be stable. They want to be reliable. They want to be grounded, right? For you, right? For the situation. They want to show, I feel like this person want to show you they can be the one, okay? Because the King of Pentacles, there's only the Emperor after the King of Pentacles. Let's call a spade, right? So they want to show you that they could be the one here. But my question is, are they becoming this person or just imagining it? With the Devil being out here. Are they becoming this person, or this is what they are imagining being? And again, with the beautiful words. Again, with the beautiful words, they are very beautiful, but the words mean nothing if the action is not put behind it, right? And the King of Pentacles, he's very active in all aspects, especially in the upright. You have the Ace of Swords. So this is truth coming. The Ace of Swords is clarity, it's truth, it's new ideas, it's victory, it's triumph, right? I feel like this clarity that's coming to you is unavoidable at this point, right? The conversation is going to happen. There's a realization happening as we speak right now, but either with you or with your person. There's a truth that's going to be spoken, and it's either going to be spoken by them or by you, right? The fog is lifting at this point, so there's no turning back. I feel like this connection has reached a turning point, collective. Someone here is being asked to step up. Someone here is being asked to rise, right? To grow, to take accountability. Judgment is the overall energy out here. It was at the bottom of the deck. But judgment doesn't promise reconciliation, okay? It promises truth, though. I hope you understand that, right? And the truth changes everything, okay? It does, all right? I feel like you are no longer the same person who tolerated the confusion. You shifted, you've grown, you've learned, you've chosen clarity over chaos. I feel like somebody in your life wants another chance, but Spirit is asking you, you need to watch their actions, right? Not the emotions, right? Watch to see if they're consistent, not just consistent with saying beautiful words and not putting any action towards the relationship. If this person rises to meet you, then beautiful. Okay, everybody deserves a second chance, I suppose, right? But if they don't, Spirit will open another door. Okay, this cycle will repeat itself if certain things are not spoken and certain actions are not taken. So if this resonates with you, ask yourself, right? Like, say to yourself, like, if this, I choose love that meets me with clarity, consistency, and emotional maturity. It's a mantra that I say to myself, right? And it put a stop to everything else, okay? So you can use it for yourself, right? That you're choosing people that meet you with clarity, consistency, and emotional maturity, right? You're releasing attachments that no longer serves your growth. That's just period. And you got to be ready for the detachment, collective. All right, so this is your reading from the ethers. I hope this resonates. If it do, definitely drop a comment. And I will see you next time in the ethers. Ciao.